postpartum period, commonly known as the fourth trimester of pregnancy, which begins immediately after the baby is born, is a critical time for the mother to heal, bond with the baby, and adjust to the demands of new parenthood. Different countries across the world have different traditions for the postpartum period. It is called La Cuarentena in Latin America, where the mother and baby do not leave the house for 40 days, while other family members attend to the mother's needs. In Ecuador, it is called La Dieta, where the mother and baby are shielded from direct sunlight by a canopy for 21 days. And in Uzbekistan, the first 40 days are called the Chilla, and during this period of time, the mother and baby exclusively bond. However, in the United States, the period of healing, bonding, and rest is not determined by tradition nor personal choice, but rather on the mother's employment situation. It depends on where she works. It depends on where she lives. It depends on what kind of job she has. It depends on so many factors because up to date, the US government does not have a paid parental leave policy. So, let's talk about paid leave in the US. First, we'll look at the current status. Next, we'll discuss the impact on infant health, gender inequality, and the economy. Finally, we'll discuss some solutions to overcome the lack of paid leave. Let's first look at how many weeks of paid leave other countries in the world offer. According to the Washington Post, in 2021, Britain allows 39 weeks, Japan 52 weeks, Sweden 68 weeks, and Estonia a whopping 82 weeks. However, according to data compiled by the OECD, the US is the only developed country in the world to not have a paid parental leave policy. The Family Medical Leave Act of 1993 allows up to 12 weeks of unpaid leave. Let me repeat, 12 weeks of unpaid leave. What's wrong with this? Several things, in fact. Number one, 12 weeks is barely enough time for the mother to have recovered from giving birth, and is only a fraction of what other countries allow. Number two, it's unpaid. If it's unpaid, tens of thousands of new parents will be unable to take time off. Third, FMLA only applies to large companies. In fact, 46% of the workforce don't work at institutions that come under FMLA. It comes as no surprise that a Department of Labor study found in 2014 that 1 in 4 mothers have to return to work within 10 days. With this, let's look at the impact on infant health, gender inequality, and the economy. First, infant health. Dr. Judy Joe of the Division of Health Policy and Management conducted research that looked at the relationship between longer maternal leave and infant health. She found that it reduced child mortality, improved developmental outcomes, and resulted in longer breastfeeding. This in turn resulted in a 50% reduction in infant hospitalizations. Second, gender inequality. We like to think that we are a progressive society. However, there are many things that we lag behind in. For instance, there is a widespread misconception that mothers must bear the primary responsibility of caring for children, and fathers are not capable of caring for babies on their own. A 2012 survey of U.S. adults who took time off for the birth or adoption of a child found that mothers took a median of 12 weeks off, while fathers took a median of 1 week off. This fallacy puts undue burden of childcare on the mother and deprioritizes fathers. Brianne Prague of the Penn State University found that men who take longer time off have a closer relationship with their children and have a larger impact on child rearing. Despite this, many employers frown upon men who take longer time off to care for their children. Third, the economy. Many people argue that paid leave is a drag on the economy. Nothing could be further from the truth. The National Bureau of Economic Research found in 2020 that there are massive economic benefits for paid leave, as it helps workers stay longer in their jobs and builds job tenure. It especially increases labor force participation for women and helps close the gender pay gap. Businesses gain from retaining employees with the appropriate skill set and save money on hiring new ones. Not surprisingly, McKinsey Associates in 2020, the paid leave could add $2.4 trillion to the US GDP and create near gender equality for the labor force by 2030. Now, we do the hard part. We talk about solutions. So, first, what are the barriers that prevents us from getting paid leave in the US? Senator Kristen Gillibrand and Senator Patty Murray championed for paid leave to be included in the Build Back Better Act in 2020. Senator Gillibrand lobbied very hard for the bill to be passed and famously declared on the Senate floor that dogs get to spend more time with their puppies than humans do in the United States. Despite strong lobbying, Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia got paid leave, gutted from the bill. With the above situation, these are the three solutions that I propose. Solution number one. Solution number one. Solution number one. We can all write to our senators to support Senator Gillibrand's efforts in getting paid leave. The law was so close to be passed. Next time could be different. And while I do believe that we should replace Senator Manchin and all the other senators who care more about the party line than children, mothers, and fathers, even I must admit, that solution is a bit too idealistic. Solution number two. Until a federal law is passed, states must fill in the void by offering their own versions of paid leave. Currently, only 9 states and the District of Columbia do this. More states should join them. And even if other states don't, nothing is stopping private companies from doing the right thing. In fact, an economic policy survey in 2018 found that 95% of employers who did offer paid leave said it was cost neutral or, in fact, saved them money. This should serve as an incentive for other companies to join them. Solution number 3. Finally, perhaps the easiest. Use storytelling to shift opinions of friends, family, and colleagues. Gather stories of working people, business leaders, and celebrities, and how their lives have been impacted by the lack of paid leave. Powerful personal stories go a long way in changing grassroots support. In conclusion, women should not have to choose between starting a family and having a successful career. Men should not have to feel ashamed of taking time off to care for their children. Men and women should work together to fulfill their fundamental responsibility of caring for their children. And the society and community should pitch in to help them. Providing paid leave is not an expense. It is an investment. It is an investment towards a healthier workforce. It is an investment to ensure less gender disparity. And it is an investment towards a more robust economy. And the time to invest is now. Thank you.